Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritaah bhajantyananya manso gyatva bhutadim avyayam satang kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataah namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Now, in these shloks, Bhagwan tells Arjun that Mahatman or great souls who have imbibed divine virtues recognize me as a supreme power, a source of all lives which is imperishable. They recognize the fact that I am the creator and purpose of their life is to reach me and get united with me. And to do that, they understand and constantly chant my name. They are ever grateful. They bow to me always to show their gratitude. They meditate and have total devotion towards me. They always strive to attain me and have sole purpose of getting united with me, the ultimate source. Now the key words here are those who have imbibed or embraced divine virtues. But what are those divine virtues and divine properties? Or what are those moral virtues and practices which need to be imbibed to be a Mahatman so as to proceed towards God realization? God has enumerated 26 such virtues or properties in Shlok 1, 2, and 3 of this chapter, the chapter 16. These qualities are Abhyam, that is fearlessness, Sattva Samshuddhi, perfect purity of mind, Jnana Yoga, yoga of meditation, Danam, charity, Dam, that is control of senses, Yagna, worship of God, which also includes other deities, elders, and also Agnihotra, as we understand in normal parlance of giving ahuti. Swadhyay, that is study of Vedas, Tap, which is suffering hardship for discharge of sacred obligations, Arjavam, straightness of mind and senses. Actually, in our lifetime during our education, formal or otherwise, we have come across these most of these virtues and imbibed them and practiced them too, to some extent. But going through them out here is not only reiteration of these, but also makes us aware and conscious so that we strive to follow them and inch towards the sole purpose of life. To my mind, that's the motto of Geeta Parivar also. Geeta padhe padhaye aur jeevan mein laye. Now, continuing with these godly properties, actually most of these properties are self-explanatory, but few of them need little elaboration because they have deeper meaning, such as ahimsa, that is non-violence. It means not only in our actions, but also in thoughts and words. Similarly, akrodh includes absence of anger even on provocation, etc. Then satyam, that is truthfulness. I'm talking about the divine properties that God has talked about. Satyam, truthfulness. Tyag, shanti. Apassionam, that is abstaining from malicious gossip or restraint from fault finding. Daya, aloluptvam, that is ability to control our senses. Mardhavam, mildness. Re, sense of shame in violating scriptures or their usage. Achapalam, abstaining from frivolous pursuits. Tej, kshama, dhruti, that is dhairya, fortitude or endurance. Shauch, adroh, that is enmity to none. And nati manita, absence of self-esteem. Now, after describing Devya Sampad, that is divine properties, Bhagavan describes Asuri traits or demoniac properties in 4th Shlok. Like divine properties are to be imbibed, the demoniac properties are to be renounced. These are damb, hypocrisy, darp, arrogance, abhiman, pride, krodh, anger, parush, sternness, and agyan, ignorance. Bhagwan tells Arjun that there are only two types of created beings. One godly group, that is the group possessing divine properties. These properties lead this godly group towards moksha or liberation. The other group is devilish group with demoniac properties. These properties lead this devilish group to bondage. The god at this stage also puts Arjuna at ease by telling him that he is born with divine properties. From Shlok 7 to 20, Lord explains as to what are evil practices, evil propensities of the people with devilish nature. God also explains what is their destiny eventually. People with devilish nature don't understand what is right activity, what should be avoided. These people are not truthful. Their conduct of behavior is not good, and they're not pure externally or internally. They do not believe in existence of God. They're all lustful. These people are actually enemies of mankind and always working towards destruction rather than improving the world. Out of ignorance, these people are full of hypocrisy, full of pride, and also they're arrogant. They believe only in materialistic gains and sensual pleasure and feel that this alone is the ultimate joy and purpose of life. To achieve these pleasures and fulfill their ambitions, they even adopt unfair means to accumulate wealth, and they are totally blind to lust and anger. Bhagwan further explains that these people with devilish disposition are under false impression that they are all powerful. They think of themselves and strive to accumulate more and more and fulfill their ambitions. Such people are actually slaves of lust and anger. Besides being egoistic, they are intoxicated with pride and feel that they are the greatest in the world. They can kill or protect, destroy or establish whomsoever they want. They feel they are the masters of fortune and lord of all lords and supremely powerful. They also boast about their wealth, their large family, their friends, and men available to them at one call. They feel they can sacrifice anything to God and no one can match them. Bhagwan says they are anek chitta vibhranta, that is fickle-minded, confused, and unable to pay attention. Such people with demoniac disposition eventually get evil destiny and condemned to hell. These kind of people, intoxicated with wealth and honor, worship God only with nominal sacrifices, and that too with the idea of showing their position and supremacy and no regard to sacred rituals. They are so egoistic and arrogant that due to their power, lust, and anger, they go to the extent of maligning God and consider themselves as supreme. Bhagwan tells Arjun that these cruel and bad people, full of hatred, fail to reach me and are born life after life in subhuman species and sink down further. The Lord further explains that there are three evils which form part of demoniac nature and are mainly responsible for all evil destinies. These are kama, that is desire, krodh, that is anger, and lobh, greed. In no uncertain terms, God has said that these are three gates to hell and ruin the soul. These, therefore, must be given up altogether to attain the supreme God. God further stresses to Arjun that the one who has given up these three gates to hell and free of them is cultivating and acquiring divine properties and moral virtues. He, therefore, is working towards his own salvation. God further clarifies, so that there is no doubt left in anyone's mind that the scriptures and sacred books specify as to how to renounce the demonic properties and how to cultivate divine virtues. These should be followed rather than acting in an arbitrary way according to one's own will and logic. Working as per their own reasoning may be prompted by the desire to win honor, fame, and prestige, etc., will neither help to attain perfection nor to achieve supreme goal or give happiness. Bhagwan once again tells that the scriptures, that is Shastra, covering Ved, Puran, and epics alone is your guide in determining what should be done and what should not be done. Knowing this, you ought to perform only such actions as is ordained by the scriptures, as such virtues and acts are only conducive to God realization. With this, I pray to God to grant us wisdom and courage to imbibe these divine properties and renounce the devilish properties. Jai Shri Krishna.